Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is an unpackaging video as the title dictates. A very nice guy named Jonathan Lindsey sent me a package. I have not opened it yet. He wanted me to open it on camera, and I believe there's also a letter that he wants me to read, and I figured that's the least I can do, because if nice enough to send me a gift, why not? So, thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate that. It's very humbling. It really is. So, I've not opened it, as you can tell. And I'm going to get everything out. And then I will look down and see what they are. Just to make it that much. I think there's 3 items. Okay, 1. He told me 1 that he was sending. And was like, so first off, yeah, he told me it was going to be, this was going to be one of them, the Blu-ray of Black Sheep, which is very cool. Looks like a used copy. There's a few smudges, but I can clean that up with the cloth over there. So a used Blu-ray copy of Black Sheep. Very cool. Thank you. Fan of this movie as well as Tommy Boy. I like quite a bit of Chris Farley's movies. Only had this on DVD, so it's nice to have this on Blu-ray. And very cool. I'm a fan of this comedy, entertaining film. Underrated because people talk about Tommy Boy for good reason, great comedy, but no one really talks about Black Sheep. But I thought it was a worthy follow-up, and both Chris Farley and David Spade, I thought, did a great job with this. They worked very well together. They were a wonderful team, and Chris Farley is greatly missed. Just imagine all the stuff he could have done if he was still with us. Just a damn shame. But glad to have this in the collection. Thank you so much. And we have The Crow. That's pretty cool. To be perfectly honest, I don't watch The Crow because it's a good movie. But I don't watch The Crow because it's too much of a bummer. Because this is the film that took Brandon Lee away from us. And don't get me wrong, The Crow is great. It's a well-made film. Brandon Lee gives a wonderful performance. There's a couple of decent action set pieces. It's a great soundtrack. Wonderful looking movie. It's just, again, I don't really watch this film because it's too much of a bummer. If I think of Brandon Lee, I watch Rapid Fire or I watch Showdown Little Tokyo. This movie just makes me too mad because of people not doing what the fuck they're supposed to be doing. A set that should have known better. People that should have done their fucking jobs. Not been so goddamn cheap. Just indiscriminate, idiotic tendencies. And there's another word I'm thinking of. It's ineptitude. The ineptitude of the people involved got Brandon Lee killed. And a piss poor accident that never should have happened. And it just pissed me off too much. So that's why I don't watch this film. So nice to have for the collection. Again, I don't know if I'll ever open this or anything because it's too much of a bummer to see. It's a good film. That's why I never got it for the collection. But it's a very nice gift. And I filmed my own Mike OCP reviewed, and it's a pretty bad movie, Extreme Ops. Now, I don't think it's one of the worst movies ever, like Mike said, because he reviewed this. I think this is a really bad action film. Again, I don't call this one of the worst films ever because I've seen The Amazing Bulk. I've seen Feeders 1 and 2. I have seen This is more shitty like the Rollerball remake. Just a really shitty film. It's a piss poor movie and forgettable. It's a forgettable wannabe. You want to see, just go watch Cliffhanger. Which is funny. I remember when they was talking about a remake of Cliffhanger. It sounded, they wanted to remake Cliffhanger, but then the plot they were describing sounded like this movie. And it's like, yeah, a bunch of snowboarders, the film in a TV commercial. Nearby, there's terrorists. They gotta battle them. I just remember it being a waste of talent because Christian Duguay, I think Christian Duguay did. Didn't they do the film Gun? Didn't he do Gunman, or is that someone else? God, I can't remember. Or who did the? God, I can't remember. Christian Duguay's name sounds familiar. And Devon Sawa I liked. Brigitte Wilson from Mortal Kombat. Devon Sawa, Final Destination, Idle Hands. Rufus Sewell, The Dark City. Waste of talent. Yeah, just being a waste of fucking talent. So, yeah, it's a bad movie. Lame, forgettable film. Maybe some nice scenery, location work, but that's it. Just a waste. Sorry, I had to do some real quick, so I didn't want to forget. He wanted me to read this letter as well. Dear Matt, hope you enjoy these gifts. As next month I'll send you Tommy Boy and a couple more gifts. Oh, that's kind of you. Thank you. Nice to see you're enjoying Batman the Animated Series. Very well done series, well written show. Nice guest stars too. Murphy Cross, who played Grace Lamont, did co-star with Richard Mall on Night Court episode. Bull's Baby, who played the baby's mom. So, on Leather Wings, Two-Face, Heart of Ice, and Grey Ghost are your favorite episodes with Feeder Clay Part 2. Oh, are those my favorite episodes? Yeah, I would say so far. Those are the ones that garner my interest the most. I would say that's a fair assessment. Your least favorite, Basement Underdwellers. I didn't mind Underdwellers. I don't know. I mean, in the review, I even said I didn't mind Underdwellers. I don't know if you saw the video, but Underdwellers I thought was okay. I didn't think it was as bad as people made it out to be. Uh, the Basement one, yeah, that's the worst one. I thought the Poison Ivy one sucked. The Poison Ivy one, I think that's up there with least favorite. And there was another one, I forgot what the fuck it was called, but no, Underdwellers I didn't mind. But yeah, the Basement one I did not like at all. That's the worst one. God, there was another one I forgot, but the Poison Ivy one was pretty lame as well. Loved the show since I was 10, taping every episode of it on Fox, even as a teen on WB as me and my brother watched the show together. That's very cool. Some episodes even appeared on Sunday nights. Very cool. I didn't grow up watching the show. I've seen like bits and pieces of it, but not anything in depth. I know Richard Mall was Two-Face Harvey's voice as I did grow with Night Court and the 1985 film House in the 80s. He's one of my favorite actors. Yeah, Richard Mall is underrated. He's an underrated actor. And a lot of times he would get cast in villainous roles. He was in The Dungeon Master. I think he was a bit in this film called Evil Speak. And I remember him in National Lampoon's Little Weapon 1, where he's telling Emilio and Sam Jackson, "Stay to the right, I meant stay to the right." TMS of Akira fame did Two-Face Part 1 and Feeder Clay Part 2, and Spectrum Animation of Japan, who did Captain, worked on Grey Ghost and Heart of Ice. Oh, interesting. Yeah, some pretty nice artwork during the show. Does On Leather Wings remind you of Jekyll and Hyde and David Cronenberg's The Fly in aspects? A bit of Jekyll and Hyde. Not really David Cronenberg's The Fly. I don't really see any connection with that. But the Jekyll and Hyde thing I do see. I can see Dr. Kurt Langstrom as Seth Brundle in a way. I never really got that. The Jekyll and Hyde thing made more sense to me. On Grey Ghost, the episode was influenced by the Deadpool. I always knew that since I saw the episode because I saw the Deadpool in theaters when Six in Omaha. Well, I mean, I think there is a scene where they're being chased by a remote controlled car. It looks like the scene from the Deadpool. I don't know if the makers of the show actually saw the Deadpool. I mean, you say, yes, the episode was influenced, but like, did the writers of the show actually say that? Feet of Clay is one of my favorite episodes. I've been a fan of Ronald Perlman since I saw Ice Pirates on HBO and viewing the CBS series with my mom, and he's one of my favorite character actors, and he delivered a great voice performance as Bat and Clayface. So you think he was unlikable when he was human, but when he's the mutant shapeshifter, you feel sorry for him? I don't feel sorry for him because they made him so unlikable as a human. If they made him likable, there has to be a transition. If there's no transition, if he starts off as unlikable, then I don't give a fuck if he turns into a monster, because I didn't give a fuck about him in the beginning. So I did not. I think that's one of the aspects they could have worked better, is that Clayface, if I didn't give a shit about him in human form, I don't give a shit about him being turned to a monster. I think they could have done that a lot better. Those transformations were amazing. He does have a T-1000 feel to him. Yeah, I did like the animation of that. Especially at the end when he's electrocuted and he's trying to keep one type of form, but he can't. Heart of Ice did win an Emmy for a reason. Yeah, it had a good emotional portion to it. It's that great of an episode, as even Mike loves it. I can't wait for when Mike reviews the Batman movies, especially Dark Knight. He'll do season 1 part 1 with the first 13 episodes as well. Heart of Ice did reinvent Mr. Freeze from a corny bad guy from the comics and 60s show to someone you feel sorry for. And that's what Batman and Robin did get wrong. Yeah, that's true. They got a lot of things wrong. I thought It's Never Too Late was a powerful episode with a sense of maturity and good storytelling as Mike lights it. Maybe that was the one I was thinking of. John Vernon was also in Heavy Metal, remember? Vaguely remember him. I remember more from other stuff too, though, like Killer Clowns from Outer Space and Savage Streets. Pretty Poison, I think, is a decent intro to Ivy. You gotta admit, Ivy is a babe. Yeah, she's alright. I always thought of that since I saw the show at 10. Even Catwoman, Harley, Red Claw, Tally, and Batgirl as Bruce Timm knew how to draw lovely ladies. To be honest, I never really thought of that, but hey, it's cool. To each their own. I did not like Pretty Poison. I thought it was a very boring episode. But it's cool if you like it. The weed for the bottle was inspired by that line in Raiders of the Lost Ark as a reference. I don't remember that line in Raiders of the Lost Ark, honestly. The Crow looks great on Blu-ray. Loved the film since I was 12. Seen it in theaters. Had the graphic novel and CD soundtrack since 12. One of my favorite comic book movies, fantasy movies. Is it one of your favorite comic movies? No. Strictly because, again, it's a well-made film, soundtrack, cinematography, but that film took Brandon Lee away from us, and I know that's not fair. I know that's childish, but it still pisses me off. So that's why I don't watch the film, because it just pisses me off too much. It's not, I mean, it's not like the film did it on purpose. I'm just I can't help it. I prefer Showdown in Little Tokyo and Rapid Fire. Stream Ops one day should be an epic rant. That should be hilarious. And when you get so pissed, watch it again. You can throw the disc across the room and punch the case. I've seen the film before. It's a bad film, but it didn't get me that bad. So it would not be an epic rant. It's just, again, this film is more just forgettable for me. I know Mike is like an epic rant, one of the worst films he's seen. Again, I've seen Ape versus Monster, which that'll be an upcoming review. I've seen The Amazing Bulk. I've seen Neil Breen movies. Go watch Neil Breen films, then go watch this. Again, I think even Rollerball is worse than this, the remake. Like, the remake of Rollerball I remember being worse than this. This is just, again, a forgettable, lame, meh movie. Again, it's bad. But one of the worst movies ever, nah. It's just a lame fucking film. But, I mean, there's some action in it. It's only 93 minutes, so it's not that long of a film. There's a couple actors I like, even though they've done much better work. So again, it would not be an epic rant. It's more like, this film sucks. Maybe a rant, yeah, but just like, the film sucks. But, I mean, it's probably better than Icebreaker with fucking Sean Astin. I'll send more stuff to you next month, and the next and more letters. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So you Stream Ups, The Crow, talk about Batman animated series, Richard Mall. Yeah, Richard Mall, very talented guy. Ron Perlman, I enjoy him. I know him more for the Hellboy films. I think the first time I actually saw him was... I do vaguely remember the Beauty and the Beast TV show. But I didn't. I knew of the show and I've seen clips, but I didn't watch the show. Probably the first time I actually saw Ronald Perlman was Alien Resurrection, and he's honestly one of the only good points about that movie. And he's supposed to be playing an asshole, and he's still more likable than fucking Winona Ryder in that movie, or even fake Ripley. Fuck Alien Resurrection. But, yeah, I would say, to go back to your point, On Leather Wings is definitely... On Leather Wings, the Two-Face, Heart of Ice, Great Ghost. Yeah, those would be the favorite episodes. Feet of Clay Part 2, yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see those. Again, Underdwellers I didn't mind. I didn't, like I reviewed it, I didn't mind the film. I didn't think it was as bad as people make it out to be. I think the villain is a bit goofy, but, I mean, I've seen much worse stuff. Again, the Poison Ivy one was worse to me. But yeah, with that said, thank you for the gifts. I appreciate that. Thanks for watching. Take care. And we will see you guys later. Bye-bye.